All right, my Bible in 365 brothers and sisters. Sisters. I'm not changing that. I'm going to just leave the blooper in there. We have arrived at the book of Ephesus. There's another blooper right there. The book of Ephesians. It's Paul's letter to the church in Ephesus. And folks, we've got a lot to learn with this one. It is an absolutely amazing letter. I say that with all the passages, but I don't know if you can sense it. I'm excited about the Bible because there's lots of great stuff. Now, the reason why Paul wrote this letter to the church in Ephesus, and this is an important one, understand, first of all, Ephesus was a very wealthy city, okay? It may be one of the greatest cities of that ancient world, and it was very rich. The people that lived in it were very rich. There was a lot of wonderful things that were happening according to the world's ideal, but under God's law, there was a lot of sinful things happening. And what was very interesting was there was a group of Jews in that time that were looking to the new Gentiles and trying to proselytize them over to the way that the Jewish mind sort of taught them to look to. Now, we're not talking about Jews that were not walking with Christ. We're talking about Messianic believers who were trying to allow or cause the Gentiles to sort of live under the same traditions or cultures. And the Apostle Paul said, hey, look, I'm not going to accept the idea that there is a Jewish church and a Gentile church. We're going to bring them together because we are all one. Now, if you are looking to combat the issue of critical race theory, you are going to gain the foundation for this when you go through the book of Ephesus. But even more importantly than that, you are going to learn about some pretty astounding things. Like, first of all, you'll learn about how you come to know the Lord. You'll learn about how God acts when it comes to our salvation. You'll talk about grace, the grace of God, which a lot of people talk about this Greek word charis and come up with all these acronyms, but it just simply means that God looks upon us favorably. And the Bible will actually tell us here in Ephesians, especially in chapter 2, that we are his workmanship. Literally, we are a poem that God has put together to make us something beautiful and spectacular, each and every single one of us individually. And one of the things you'll learn in this study is that God has made you individually for a very specific purpose, and you are called to walk according to that purpose. And when you find that purpose by walking in obedience to God, you will be blown away at what God can do through your life. And I can tell you this from my own personal testimony, I'm not the guy that fits the mold of the, latest, greatest. I'm not the what you would call the pretty people, but I can just tell you this right now. I love what God has been doing with my life, and I can't believe he's been doing it. And that comes from walking with him, trusting him, learning from him. And then you're going to realize something else when you get there, of course, and that is, and some of you are already there, many of you are already there, and that is Satan absolutely hates you. He wants to do anything that he can and everything that he can to rip you off and to cause you to look at things completely differently. Uh-oh, I think we just had a blackout here. Let's go. Power outage? No, I don't know. See, there it is. Spiritual warfare. That's what we're going to learn about, folks. We're going to learn about how the enemy wants to destroy you. He wants to get in your way to do the things that God has called you to do. And he wants to completely punish you for all that is right in your life. He wants to take your eyes off the Lord. And when you get to Ephesians chapter 6, you're going to learn about how to combat that. Now, I would give you a great recommendation, and that is to do what I've been asking you guys to do with all of these videos and go to my teachings in the book of Ephesians. I think it will radically change your life. You should go through my teachings, especially through the spiritual warfare section. As we get into Ephesians chapter 6, it will really bless you. You can find that on jameskaddis.com, calvarychapelsignalhill.com. You can go to our Calvary Chapel Signal Hill app. You can go to our YouTube station, channel, whatever you want to call it. And we've got all kinds of great things. Also, I'd like to ask you a favor. Go to James Kaddis Rumble. Go to that and please support us there. That would be a big blessing. You can also support us by going on to Locals. We do have a Locals over there, and we've got lots of great material for you, lots of practical stuff to get you through it all, and a great supplement to your study in the book of Ephesians. You're going to love it, all right? So God bless you guys. Keep fighting the good fight. Remember, we are in a very real war. It's a spiritual war. And if you refuse to engage in it as a Christian, you will become a casualty of it. So let's engage. God bless you.